Hey, Samson. This is Ethan from Omaha. Been listening for a couple months now. I was wondering what your opinions were. This shift in expanding the playoffs in all sports. You see it in college football. You've seen it with NFL. You're seeing it even with college basketball. You're seeing it with baseball. Do you think at some point it will ever get to where the regular season gets devalued and leagues will stop adding more playoff games, or do you think there will never be a time where it doesn't make sense to add more playoff games in the sense that the regular season gets devalued and those games aren't as important in the overall sport? Do you think it'll ever devalue the game? Thank you.
I appreciate that. That's a good one. Is there a chance that and I don't know if you're going to listen to this show. That's the thing. If you call in and leave a voicemail, you got to listen Wednesday, second hour, because you never know if you're going to hear your own voice. So, quick question. I got the whole devalue part. Did you listen to the Rob Manfred interview before the Phillies game the other day? Because it sounds like you may have. Rob Manfred did a interview where he talked about MLB playoffs. And his view is that MLB has nailed it. I want to explain why that's his view. So, MLB right now, they're up to 3 wild card teams. So there's 3 division winners in each league, 3 wild card teams, that's 6. 6 in the American League, 6 in the National League. 2 of the teams get a first round bye. So you've got 2 wild card series, which are 2 out of 3 games. Then you get 2 division series rounds that are 3 out of 5. Then you get 1 championship round, like the semifinals, that's 4 out of 7. Then you get 1 finals called the World Series, that's 4 out of 7. You've got a situation where multiple teams are in it at the trade deadline, which is on July 31st in baseball. Makes it exciting. Teams want to buy, which is what every fan base wants. You've got multiple teams competitive in September, which allows you to keep attendance growing and give you PR announcements that show we're over 70 million in league-wide attendance, growing for the 3rd consecutive year for the first time since 2017. You get to do all sorts of announcements and spin it. All of the PR reasons why the commissioner would say things are going well right now as we head into the later stages of October, the second half of the month. We're only on the 8th, but we're sort of late early right now, and we're going to be sort of in the middle once the LCS starts. But why do you think the commissioner talked to you about how right it was to have 12 playoff teams? That he felt that it was just the perfect Goldilocks combination. It's not because he actually thinks that. I'm sorry. I just know it's not. It's because of collective bargaining. Because one of the big issues with collective bargaining is going to be expansion. It's going to be realignment. It's going to be an adjustment to the playoffs, an adjustment to the league structure. There's going to be so many things that are part of collective bargaining. You can't just expand the playoffs without bargaining it. Players don't get paid for the playoffs. Their salaries for 162 regular season games. If MLB wants to lower the number of regular season games to 154 and players are going to come back with, we still want to get paid the same as though we were playing 162, then Major League Baseball says, well, wait a minute, then we want to expand the playoffs and not give you any higher share of playoff money. Give, take, negotiate, dollars being fungible. I told you once, please hear me out. From here on in, for the next at least year, everything Rob Manfred says is collective bargaining related. He is no fool. He is surrounded by brilliance. They know exactly where they're going, how they're going to get there. You think that they're sitting around in October of 2025 with the CBA expiring in 14 months and they're saying, yeah, we'll worry about it after. I'm really focused on whether Jerry Jones flipped the bird at a fan. No. They are locked in and dialed into collective bargaining. So baseball, you may think, perfect. Nope, needs tweaking. What about the other sports you bring up? Can there be too much playoffs? I call your attention to my good friend John Skipper, the co-founder of Meadowlark Media, the very platform that you see me here today associated with. John Skipper would have you say, no such thing. I can't even do his drawl. Can I do his drawl? I certainly can't do Lorne Michaels, but can I do a drawl does Skipper talk like that? I don't think he talks like that. My lips are too pursed. No, that's a different accent. Is it? Oh, I sound like an old guy when I'm talking like that. Maybe like a Billy Crystal in Running Scared. That's not it either. I can't do anything. John Skipper would tell you, playoffs, give me more playoffs right now. He would pay money for more playoffs. As a matter of fact, the NCAA tournament itself, we did a whole segment. They're looking at adding to the NCAA men's basketball tournament, making it like 76 teams coming up this March. Why? Next March, whenever it would be. Why? Why do you think? Because that's what people want to watch, and that's what the broadcasters are going to pay for. All the millions of people watching the wild card round. Baseball's wild card round was record-breaking. Now you had Dodgers and Reds. That's pretty good. You had Red Sox, Yankees. Hell yeah. Anytime you can add playoffs, you do it. Devaluing the regular season. Fascinating. What does that mean? Devaluing the regular season is when I go to a season ticket holder and I say that your ticket is $50. There are 81 games. Let's just say they're 80 for the sake of easy math. 8 times 5 is 40. Then there's 2 zeros. 80 times 50, that's 4,000, 4000. So you always can do 80 times 50 in your head. 8 times 5, add the 2 zeros. Coca, you're with me. $4,000. This is what you're getting. You're getting 80 games. You're going to get 9 innings a game. We've got a roof, no rain delays. We may stink a year. We may be good a year. You're going to have fun. There's going to be great parking. There's going to be great merch. You get all sorts of benefits. Here's the package, the special club you could be in as a season ticket holder. That's the transaction we're doing. You have the right to buy playoff tickets. Maybe in your location, maybe at a different location, maybe at a different price. You have a right to an all-star game if we have one, but we probably won't again. All these things are discussed with season ticket holders. The value they have in that, the reason why ticket scalpers buy regular season tickets and why teams try to stop this from happening is because they want the access to the playoff games. The access to the big games, not to the crappy midweek games. MLB would like to reduce the number of regular season games right now, but they're not going to argue that it's devalued by expanded playoffs because it's a great run of regular season games. Much like football would say, listen, wild card weekend, way more fun than random week 8, but there's only 9 home games. There's scarcity, lack of supply. You love it, don't you? What about hockey? Regular season started last night, and I can't, hold on, wait for it, couldn't find anyone to write me one thing about it. Of course, we saw what the Panthers did in winning against the Blackhawks, raising the banner. We watched the Rangers and the former Penguins coach not able to win his debut against his old team. Yeah, we're paying attention, but it doesn't even make the show. But come Stanley Cup playoff time, you can bet that we're talking about it just about every day because playoff hockey, there's nothing like it. Regular season hockey, 81 games, 80 games, 84 games. They expanded, they contracted. You know what? Don't care. It is so much a sport-by-sport decision, but what they're all doing is they're all figuring out how to maximize the money.